Hi, it's Miss Stacy, and today I'm going to show you how to properly wear personal protective equipment, or PPE, which you've probably heard a lot about in the news. Which, for the sake of the C-19, is a mask. Now, this is a proper N95 hospital wear. I will not be throwing it out after this video, okay? These are meant to be disposable and thrown out, but a lot of our healthcare workers are having to reuse these, and I will show you why that is so gross. But mainly because it is fabric on the inside. The filter catches a lot of moisture, and that moisture can then breed bacteria and nasty other goo, which you don't want back on your face. I will also point out that this one is not sized to me. This is way too ginormous. I have been properly fitted at my hospital and I wear a small. This is one of my husband's. If you do not have these, please don't run out and go buy them. Okay, save these for the healthcare professionals. We happen to have these in our home because we are crazy preppers. Not so crazy now, is it? And we had these in our emergency packs. So I'm going to be borrowing one of my husband's for just a moment and then putting it back in his pack because he doesn't mind sharing my germs, really. And then, of course, gloves. And these are the nitrile exam gloves, medically gloves, not the vinyl things for food prep. Okay, there is a difference when it comes to gloves. Again, if you can, leave the good medical ones for the medical people. Again, these were in our stash prior. I keep a pair in my wallet and stuff just for like if I had to do emergency CPR or first aid or whatnot. So we have a bunch of those in our house already. I did not go out and buy those recently and take them from healthcare providers. All right, so if you do happen to have a style mask like this, even like a dust mask for doing carpentry, you must wear both strings. It does not seal properly with just one string. Likewise, if you have they're called surgical style masks, but just the rectangle with the two ear loops, it must go over your nose if you bring it down here because it rides up and it gets in my eyes. Yes, they do. That's why they stink, but that's not, you have to wear them up over your nose because otherwise your nasal passages are exposed and horrible stuff gets in them or comes out them. Honestly, the real reason that their CDC is now thinking of recommending masks for everybody out in public is not so much to protect you from stuff coming in, but it's actually to prevent you maybe being an asymptomatic carrier from passing it to other people. Either way, it has to actually cover your nose. So, both strings, people. Like I said, this is not my size. One down below, one up above the ears. And there should be no gaps. I have a horrible gap here because this is not my size. Okay. And this would normally stay on, but for the sake of making a video, this is incredibly awkward. But imagine healthcare professionals having to work their entire day like this, basically screaming through a mask. But things can get really crazy in an acute care setting in a hospital. And, you know, things can be misheard that are life and death, and they're dealing with this. So when you go to take this off, assuming that it's a disposable one-time use, you would have your gloves and you would hold on to it and you would pull the sucker off if you needed to. Hopefully in a hospital you also have a hood shield, but if not, you don't want to just like crank it over your eyes. That's kind of gross. Another reason that we wear hair covers, right? And then you would toss it, knowing that you just touched the contaminated bit. So you would have your gloves on and this would just be part of your removal. So in this situation, of course, that's going to get disinfected and reused. The most important thing though, hopefully you're not in a situation you are maintaining physical distancing and you shouldn't be around people to need one of those anyway, but maybe you are coming into contact with surfaces that other people have touched, like gas pumps, or doors or whatever. So putting the gloves on is pretty self-explanatory. Remember, assuming these are new, they just came right out of the package, clean, they're good. Now, once you touch something, you have to assume that these are dirty, that they are infected with COVID, which means don't be touching your face. Don't be picking up a can of Coke, bring it inside, deglove, and then touch the Coke again. Because it's kind of like, imagine, this is a Wendy's Frosty. We're going to assume that it's poop, which therapists and nurses deal with a lot. That's why we wear gloves. Or COVID. Okay, so you touch a surface. Okay, you now infected. Isn't that beautiful? So if I go and I touch this can, buy it at the convenience store, bring it up with the keypad, bring it into my car, take my gloves off, and pick up that can again, guess what? You just got it all over your bare hands. Okay, this is really gross. So the gloves do not protect you from that. If you can still contaminate other surfaces and then go and touch those surfaces. So assume that you always have poop on your gloves. And be thinking about, what do I really want to touch? And it's going to now have poop on it. So maybe you need to wipe that thing off. So now, keeping with like, ew, I'm yucky. Let's get both hands nice and yucky. Okay. So you've gone into a store, you've come back out, you did your thing. There's no objects are handled. Okay. Maybe you ran your credit card or whatever and you're done. So to take these back off, you want to make sure you don't get the yucky on your hands. So you're going to grab one of the gloves, not down here, not getting it all on your hands, here in the middle. And you're going to pull that off. And see, I wadded it up into the other hand without any touching. Now, the poop is gone from this one. We took the poop off, the dirty glove, or the COVID off. Now we're going to go on the inside, because this has got poop all on it. Don't touch that. I'm going to go under here. Inside out. Okay? The poop in there. Okay? It should be all safely contained inside the inside-out glove. Now, something that we learned from the Chinese is that this COVID can, when aerosoled, it kind of gets everywhere. So because I pulled that glove off so fast, look, I did get a little bit on the exterior, which is why every nursing home hospital policy is that after you remove gloves, you wash your hands. So even though you had gloves on and you think you're protected, you now have to go wash your hands. Wash your hands, wash your hands, wash your hands. And stay inside. Stay home, people. If you have like a porch or a balcony or a backyard, enjoy the sunshine, but not with people outside your household. All right, stay safe, everybody.